Okay. Oh god. It's me, Kasin Koral. This computer's a bit slow today. We're back with Snoot game. Gonna do another mod. Last episode, I believe we did Snoot 0. Basically, staying in the gang. Go to New York. Whatever New York is called in Snoot game. They learned about 9/11. Somewhat. Let's just say the feds did it. This episode, we're gonna be doing this. Mod making manual mod. It's just called Learn to Code and when I downloaded it. So, the version's 0.88. Authors is Blackie. Learn to code your own shitty little mod like a pro. Art by Faust, Plankanon, and Yakuzanon. Which apparently is Takume. So, we love the homeless guy from Yakuza. I think that's the Japanese Yakuza dudes Anon's like. Disclaimer, if any of this is incorrect, please don't sue me. Sad face. Looks like the classroom from Doki Doki. Oh, hey kids, I didn't see you there. Did you fucking mispronounce or misspell Wooly Cooley? Oh my god. A little piece of shit told me that you wanted to learn how to make your own mod, right? What happens if I actually say this? Oh, okay, bye. Yeah, wrong class, buddy. My fault. Wanted to fucking learn some trigonometry. Anyways, whatever. Let's say yes. Great! I know making your own mod or even game must look daunting at the start, but if you go through all classes and take enough notes, I'm sure you all can make some fun and hopefully safe for work projects. If I want to make my own project, I'm gonna make something out akin to Fate. So there'll be sex. Probably like one day of sex and then everything else is fine. My secret little bit of advice for you. Look up the code of other projects and try to understand what they did and why they did it. But enough dilly-dallying, let's get right into it. So yeah, it's actually pretty... I don't think it's the most detailed class, but it is the most simple and easy to follow. Have I tried to make my own mod? No, but I did go through this, and I must say it's pretty cool. So section 1, setup and text. Setup. But first, we have to set up the basic code that can run a mod. This is the basic setup for a mod. Simply type in your mod's name and starting label. Thank God the text box wasn't covering this. We get more into details later regarding labels, so for now, assume they are like chapters or certain points of your story. Later, you'll also learn how to move between labels, but let's keep going for now. Recently, some pretty sharp fellas created a different solution for creating a mod. Simply create a JSON file, like this one, and fill it out accordingly. I don't know why I'm putting out the text box, you can see it clearly. Whatever. There's a README file inside the mods folder, which explains this in detail. You can also add a thumbnail and icon. Keep in mind to use the correct grammar to make it work. Now, usually you would need to restart the project for the changes to take effect. But that takes too long. Instead, we are going to use a very nifty tool called Developer Mode. The setup is very simple. Depending on your Snoot game library, the file that needs to be changed is either in RENP to common to 00 library, library, whatever, or in the options.renp, RPY. In either case, set the config.developer to true to enable automatic reloading in game. Once that is done, just press Shift R plus R in game, and then every time you change your code, it reloads the game with the new stuff. Just keep in mind, go scroll back to where the changes would have applied, otherwise it won't register. My cursor was having a loading symbol for some reason. Also, every time the game restarts, normally you have to press Shift R again. And there you go. That should make your modding crafting experience a lot more fun. Or, I would say that, but unfortunately, there seems to be a teeny weeny bug in the current version where reloading like this leads to the main menu instead. Just add... Come on, man. Add it. This type of ad has 2Ds, please! Not ad as an advertisement, ad as an addition. Please. Sir, please. Just add plus. Might as well put a plus there. A comment with number symbol in front of the selected line to disable it. It breaks the reload mod function, but for now, this is the best solution. The file itself can be found here. /game /src/mod _menu.rpy renp. And that should cover it for the starting setup. Now you are ready to start tinkering. Visual Studio R code. I think we're in... I know we're in the 11.1 version of this game, so... sadly, once this game does get reloaded, or not reloaded, updated every now and then, I'm pretty sure some of this will be a bit obsolete. Or maybe not even here. So, who knows. Anyways, Visual Studio R code. Visual Studio Code, or VSC for short, is a code editor that allows us to program like a pro without having to use Notepad. But we love Notepad. You can work only with Notepad, but using a proper code environment is always better. Of course, you can also use other editors. It comes down to personal preferences, and which editor supports RenP and Python. After installing the newest version, you can open up the project, including this one here. Simply go to File, in the top left corner, then select the Open Folder option, and from there select your project. Oh, okay, yeah, we're gonna have to... I mean, it's not really that bad, but I have a feeling later we're gonna have to absolutely take out the text boxes. Big one, isn't it? If you did everything right, it should kind of look like this. One moment. That's better. Now, this might look overwhelming, but after this course, this should be all a piece of cake for you. For now, all you need to know is that the right side is your viewport for the entire folder you selected. And this big text field over here is where the content of each file is displayed. I'm guessing the left? I fucking hope so. Either that or the main body, whatever. There are also a bunch of nifty shortcuts that can make navigation a lot easier. Control F to search inside the current file. Great if projects start to become bigger. You can just do that on websites too. And find what the fuck you want to look for. By pressing on the little rectangle on the left of the name, you can change all instances of the selected to something else. Very nice for large-scale corrections. Control plus Shift plus F. Control Shift F. Searches the entire project folder. Useful for finding certain functions and keywords and where they are applied. Control number symbol. To comment out an entire section. Great for testing on variables and code segments. And Shift Tab. Removes indentation. Much faster than pressing delete repeatedly. Of course, there are a lot more, but those come with time. While not necessary, they can save a lot of work in the long run. I always say, work smarter, not harder. Remember, some of these might work in other environments, so pick whatever tool you like to get the job done. You forgot the. Alright, the text. First, let's talk about the most basic element, but also arguably the most important one. Dialogue. Yes. On their own, it's really straightforward. Just write text between two quotations, and it will play the typed text. With every click of the mouse or press of the button, it displays another line. Lots of narration is done in this simple manner, since the reader's supposed to focus on the written word. Hopefully, the grammar and syntax is fine too, but who knows. Character dialogue is much more personal, so here would be the perfect place for some animations and such. Now, when writing text like this, you might notice that there is no given name yet. For that, we have to create a character. The way creating a character might be a little confusing at the start since there are a lot of pieces attached to it. So let's get to the most common one. We start with the define keyword to establish the character and a name which we will put in front of any text that is supposed to be spoken by that character. Hell yeah, pretty cool. So for me, it would be FG. The next name is just a string that will be displayed as a name. Let's ignore the word beige for now. The last two parts of the name tag color and the color of the character name's outline. Generally, it's a good idea to have the outline be a darker version of the normal color unless you want to go for a specific combination. Now, beige. Here it's set up as a character so that we can apply to other characters. All it does is set up a CTC. What is CTC? It stands for click to continue. You see that funny little icon at the end of the text? Signifying that you can start clicking to continue. That's what base 1 does here. I don't know what the funny characters is, but okay. I advise you to add base 1 like this since sometimes the base set up by the game has trouble being found by custom characters. This is also just a fraction of what the character class can do. Changing fonts, UI, and colors are a few other options. You might be wondering why they both look different. That's because sometimes you just feel like changing things up a little. Like this. Great teacher, Bacana. I have no idea who Bacana is. Now square brackets turns the name into a changeable variable, which means you can now, well, change the character's name. To prepare it, you need to set up the default name like this before the name is first used. Better yet, right at the start like other variables. If you're all still a little confused, that's fine. You see how to use this function more inside the flags and scores class. Oh man. If you want to add comments and notes to your code, add a number symbol at the start. If you type to do right after the text, you add it to your to-do list inside the RenP launcher if you use it. To make text more dynamic, we can use text tags. Let's go through some of them. To use any text tags, you have to open the close. What? To use any text tag, you have to open the close the desired text with curved brackets. It'll look like that. You can use shift and then on the close bracket, fucking square bracket, whatever it's called. And the closing brackets need to have the / at the start to set it as a closing statement. If you want to pause the text like this, use the W equals tag for a void tag. If you just type W in close brackets, the game will wait until the player clicks again. Like this. For bold text, B in italic with I. Oh, you fucking piece of shit. Want to auto advance? You funny piece of shit. I'm sorry? Hold up. I'm still trying to see it. I think it's, well, I know it's all about advancing text, but I think it doesn't say what to add. I think this is what you add. So you want to add advanced text like this, add an NW tag, be mindful of you for using it. You want to have certain letters be bigger or smaller, add a size tag. This can be multiplicative. Multiplicative. Oh my god. Multiplicative. Ah, shit. Fucking multiplied or additive. Want to slow text down or speed it up? Use CPS, characters per second. This can also be multiplicative or additive. CPS. CPS. Saved by that one letter. The extend tag is not used in brackets, but rather in front of the text like a name. It adds another bit of text after another click. You can also have things like animations and such be played in between them. Want to gray out text? Use the alpha equal value with 1.0 being full and 0.0 being invisible. Want to color some text? Use the color equals Xcode tag. I'm actually reliving my fucking high school days, shit. I remember some of this, at least from coding. The simple coding that I fucking did. To put an actual quotation in text form, just add the backward slash symbol from sign in front. New fonts are also obviously an option, but keep in mind that constant changes here might make the reading experience a bit strenuous. Always remember that many visual novels are usually a lot of reading first and foremost, so make it as nice to read as possible. Stick around until later and you will even learn how to animate text. Alright, so that's section 1 done. Thankfully there's only four sections. Images and movements. Oh, frick. Okay, so we got 5 sections here. Basic images and positioning. With text out of the way, it's time to take a look at the visual part of visual novels. Character sprites, backgrounds, videos, CGs, computer graphics, and so on, all are part of most, if not all, visual novels. While making your own game, having art inside the default art asset folder allows Rempi to auto-detect them, which makes defining them a lot less of a hassle. But since we are making a mod here, we have to put in some elbow grease for proper definitions. To define, you start with the image keyword and the name of the image in question. Ah, fuck. I'm sorry for sneezing. Image names might have a second or even more word right behind. This is what we call image attributes. Well, the first one is called a image tag. Attributes are used when you want to use a certain image tag. Sprites usually are set up like this. Having a character switch from smiling to frowning is usually done by switching the attribute. So if I were to switch between club day to club evening, I would replace the one image with the other. What's nice about this approach is that Rempi recognizes attributes with the same tag as the same character, so no accidental duplicates. Now, before we go about placing sprites, let's talk about generic images for a moment. Rempi has an already defined image called black, which is excellent for black screens, transitions, and such. If you want to set up your own one-color images, then all you have to do is set them up like this. Okay. Just take a look at that. Why not? Crazy that there's no green. But okay. Once you are done with definitions, we can start putting characters on the big screen. For this, there are two basic statements. The self-explanatory show and hide, and the scene statement. Show and hide are used for nearly all images, especially the ones that will need moving and switching. A scene, on the other hand, is very much static. Think of it as the background of a stage. Like this nice and wholesome classroom behind me. A class-rom. I'm sorry, not classroom, class-rom. Yeah, we love Doki Doki. I swear this is from Doki Doki. Every time you set an image as a scene, it gets put at the back after it clears out other images. Let's say your protagonist leaves his home to go to school for the day. Oh hey. Hello Yakuza Anon. Fumi. That would mean you might want to switch from his cozy little apartment. Hey yo, what the fuck? Language, nigga. To his high school. I don't know, the protag in question is the local janitor. Okay. Got a fucking Janny. Now, you might be wondering how your great teacher could show up in the same position like this in between scenes. Oh my god, in between with two E's. At least that's the first part. Just right after the B, I should say. With the power of programming, of course. Oh, yes. Who is this? I don't know, maybe a new substitute? Who is she talking to? Alright, so that's how you do that. When it comes to setting up scenes, there are a lot of moving parts that require thorough planning. The most important one might be the placement of images. Framing a scene is very important, so make sure that a scene is never too crowded, and that only as empty as it should be. Placing a sprite is also very easy. Simply place an image on the X and Y coordinates you want them to be. Just keep in mind that unlike in math, those coordinates are reversed. X equals 0 means the very left, and Y equals 0 means the very top. Fucking with math, that's crazy. I just noticed there's a fucking coffee cup up there. Very interesting. I don't know if it was there in the first section. Here, we place my friend Mr. Cup in the top corner. Oh, that's why. Notice how we only use decimal numbers for X? If you use a decimal number in POS, it equals the percentage of the screen. So, 0.0 equals 0%, while 1.0 equals 100%. Non-decimal numbers are pixel-based. So in this case, 0 pixels from the top. When placing images, RenP automatically uses the default anchor of 0, 0. So X and Y are set as 0. Spinning, nice. The anchor is the part of the image that will move to the desired coordinates, so try to keep it as an even number. My advice is 0, 0.5, and 1.0 all work nicely. Keep in mind though, that every time you set up a new scene, or use the hide statement on an image, its anchor goes back to its default. Later, you will learn how to set up your own anchor. If you want to nudge a sprite around a little, or choreograph for little old me here, to adjust an image to the screen, you can use offset. Unlike POS, which moves you in the exact position on the screen, offset moves you this direction in its direction, or this distance in its direction. For example, XPOS 500 puts you 500 pixels away from the left border. X offset 500 moves you 500 pixels to the right, no matter where you are. While offset is great for animation, should keep in mind to reset it back to 0 once you are done. Then there is also a line, which changes the anchor and then the position, so it can make placement very hard to do right. So please don't use a line. Give her a epic gamer trivia. Glaze it. Since we're on the topic of personal space, in case you ever want a more personal moment with a certain someone, you just need to get some space. The zoom function is the perfect tool. Oh, it's another face. Images that get this show treatment or show statement will be placed on top of the old ones. If you want to prevent that, either use order, with the higher numbers being shown in front, or you can put the keyboard behind the image's name and the image tags that should be behind. Lastly, there is X-Zoom. Give it a negative 1.0, and the sprite turns the other direction. Now, depending on whatever the image is, a copy or one of your large tail feather friends may or may not make the end result look odd when not animated. So try to use it as a sudden change instead of over time. If you want a more extensive look at these statements, here are some nice links. Link 1, let's shake out that link. Okay, so Phoenix dev. Oh shit, that's not what I wanted. Yeah, let me change scenes real quick too. I think this is fine. I think it's the best. This is the layout that I use when I'm doing reactions. So yeah, if you can check this out. Oh no, that's not what I want. Land link 2. I think it's the same. Yeah, it looks like it's the same dev. Alright. Yeah, I'll put these in the description. Or at least I'll try to remember. Oh boy, that sure was a lot. But it's all uphill from here. Just make sure to hydrate yourself in between sessions. That was the first section, dude. Oh, man. And did I even switch back? No, I didn't switch back. Fuck. There you go. Okay. Advanced images. I think this will be the last section I'll do before I'll sleep. While defining characters as singular, simple objects works, there are better ways to go about it. Let's for a moment assume that you want your character to have different dresses, but you don't want to redraw too much? Or how about optional glasses? Maybe just have the eyes dart around? To save time and effort, we can use layered images. Instead of full images, we cut up images into useful parts. Okay. Well, yeah, I've seen that in the images section. Now in mods and other stuff. What we have here then is a list of heads, dresses, arms, and whatever else should have variables. For more emotive sprites, it can be partially ignored since these are a little harder to reuse. Now, little old me is not technically a layered image, but there are some benefits for me to be a layered image anyway. Unlike normal images for layered images, you set up groups where one image at a time will be shown and then build up your character from there. So here, it would be show volley F _ angry to make me change to angry. Angry, like this. If you want a default attribute, which will always be selected if no other is picked, simply type default right after the name. You might have also noticed that we placed the anchor and offset here. Yes. Somewhat yes, I guess. This makes it so that every time I show up, these values get applied as well. Here we set up a null image. If this one is selected, then nothing of that group gets displayed. Very nice for things like hats and other accessory groups. To get back to our art assets, you may notice something about the heads. Different emotions. Yep. The heads have a lot of space, or as we call it here, white space beneath them. Okay, fair enough. By keeping the extra white space beneath it, it now perfectly aligns with the rest of the body. Make sure to keep white space if you don't want to align the heads by hand. The Renpy. And hand by Renpy. Remember the X-Zoom feature? Set it up like this at the end of layered image, and you can change image's direction by typing left or right after the name and its attributes. So, show folly. F/or viewer left makes me look to the other side. Like this. As a little preview, we can also define animations as an attribute. Simply define an animation and give it an attribute name. All in all, unless you are working with already established and defined assets, I highly recommend trying to give layered images a try. As before, there are a lot of extra features to explore with this one. While we are almost done with defining images, let's look at some potential issues that could arise during development. Fucking Olivia. Benko! So yeah, I think I'm making pretty good progress in my portfolio. Crocodile. The motive limb. Too bad some people here fail to appreciate the finer details of my work. I mean, it's pretty good, but it's just a street. Skin road to be precise. If by funny detail you mean glass shards, needles on my wheels, then yes, I noticed them. I know. I could pick a better place, but Ben told me urban photography would be amazing for my portfolio. Capturing the current political landscape in a single image is definitely going to help my professional career. Besides, it wasn't that bad, right? Alright, at least we didn't get mugged or stabbed. How did you change your skin color like that? Speaking skin row, if you need more photos, I know this rundown pizza place we can... There you losers! God damn it. How does she keep finding us? Dang it, and I thought staircase of hemp and I finally found you silly geese. I mean, more than ready. Me, I am warning you if you try to start anything. Well, I don't do none. In fact, I came in to show these peasants some of my new creations. Alright then. What the hell? If she's only here to show off some of her stuff, then let's human her at least on this. Bad by me. Alright, me, what? That's me. You show us. It's the side of it. Some that go off from everything you. Yeah, what is it? Describe, Ah, nice. Mia? Yeah. You okay there? Yeah, yeah, you'll probably define your sprite before trying to use it. I know. And that's why you should always make sure to copy the proper file path. Was that fucking Weezer? Did I fucking hear Weezer, you fuck? Yo, Winky, since when can you do that? Eh? You ensure that this error don't happen. Another usual reason for this error to show up are minor syntax errors. Now, existing files and changes that haven't been saved yet. If you're still unsure afterwards, try and follow the whole file path down. You'll be surprised how many issues can start there. Do you know what to do? I guess let me try that again. Something still feels off. Wow, you just suck at Inko. Yeah. I did everything right this time. Well, let's take a look, shall we? God, this is actually creepy. Oh, you forgot the space. Now Renpy thinks you are searching for an attribute tag that doesn't exist. Maybe it's retarded. Maybe it's retarded, that's why. It is too hard. When it's been your head and stress and then the right frequent sniff snuff. Okay, boy, nigga. What even is Renpy? And why do I think we are not talking about pastry here? Yeah, I mean, I swear to fuck. If you'll keep your code and art assets clean and easy to access, then many problems can be avoided before they can become game break. I don't know why I fucking stuttered there. Yeah, it's 1 o'clock, that's why. There's also another very helpful way of building your own image. Composite images. Oh, we love composites. Technically, still working on layers. Here, you pick images by hand from a list of already defined images. This makes its components very modifiable and easy to manage. Layered image have mostly replaced it, but backgrounds can still get a lot of uses out of composite images. If you want, for example, a room that changes appearance depending on choices done in-game, or even just general story progression, you can use composite images. Similar to layered images, you can create your background like here. Depending on the situation, composite images' compact nature might be what you are looking for in scenes and backgrounds. That's not the only thing they can do. A more advanced aspect of them is also to accept animations, which work great for making backgrounds feel more alive. Since we're talking about animations, why don't we go take a proper look at them? It's like a coded version of... I was about to say Facebook, no. It's like a coded version of Photoshop, there you go. Let's kill this for now. Now, y'all are probably wanting to learn how to do animations, right? Great! They're great! Tasmanian Tiger, or whatever his fucking name is. No, not that guy. When using transformation, we use choreography to mimic animations. However, there is a way to implement proper animations as well. Yep, that's it. The base of animation, switching images at a high enough speed to look animated but slow enough to get registered by the naked eye. Here we switch from one image to the next with a small pause in between and a repeat statement at the end to loop the entire thing. Like what you see with Fully Cooley. Obviously, animations can have all sorts of effects applied to them. Some of which we already saw and some we will soon see. Changing colors, moving around, talking like little old me here, and who knows what else. Magical thing about game development is that the sky's the limit. I need to mix... whatever. I need to check out Doki. The last sentence was technically a lie. Currently, the only way to implement animations is by doing it like above or importing a video. For now, GIFs are not usable in Renpy, but I'm sure they will implement them soon. I don't think they fucking care. Hey kids, Future Cool Fully here. Just want to quickly chime in and say that nothing has changed yet. What a shame. But I'm sure they will implement GIFs soon. Har har. Editor's note, gifts were in fact not implemented soon. I wonder when this was made. Actually, if we're going by the fucking website that I download this off of, Snoot Bureau. 1125. That was still version of 10, right? I think version 11 was somewhere in December, and then 11.1 was a few days after version 11. The last part of this class is dedicated to the Color Matrix class. It is a very useful tool to play with image colors. There are a bunch of them, so let's go through a view of them. Simply tints the image to a certain color. Pretty basic, but it's pretty easy to use. Godspeed. Multiplies itself with the alpha channel to change its value. 0.0 means I become invisible, and 1.0 makes me visible. Now you see me, now you don't. Oh my god, now the fucking loading symbol. Alternatively, to the opacity matrix, we can also change the image's alpha with the alpha statement. The same rule regarding the value between 0.0 and 1.0 still apply. If you want to change the color saturation, 0.0 for grayscale and 1.0 for full color. You can also optionally manipulate one of the 3 color channels. Unlike the others here, rotate the color wheel by degrees and change colors like this. You know, this is actually pretty nice. Purple's a pretty cool color. I'd say lavender, but okay. I mean, lavender is still purple, so whatever. This is how you invert colors. That's your thing. We are not judging here. I judge really hard. I don't like that invert fang that I fucking saw in Puppet Pals. It's there, but I don't like it. Okay, this changes the brightness of the image before turning normal old me into a mysterious black silhouette. Of course, this also goes the other way and everything in between. So we can go from shadow person to fucking god. You may have noticed that we always start with setting up the default value of this matrix. This is necessary to ensure that the color matrix doesn't get skipped. Having to write the normal value at the start also has the benefit of knowing what value to go back to once it's done. Just like other animations in ATL, you can also apply color, alpha, and nearly everything else over time as well. Also, just to be clear, colors can affect the camera, same as animations. Just don't forget to clean up after. And that should be everything for now. So go out there and define and color some images. Wow. I'm gonna save real quick and then I'll fucking go to Doki and then I'll sleep. I don't know where I'll save though. What is this one? I forgot what this one was. It was from some. Oh wow, it was from September though. It's a fully coolie thing now. Oh yeah, I guess I'll go back to what's it called? Oh. Godspeed. Oh, I actually didn't get this when I ended the mod, but that's cool. Bye, Nate. Okay, bye, Lamau. Time to go to Doki and see the classroom. Alright. Yeah, this is literally from Doki Doki. I knew it. I I fucking knew it. But I remember playing this in 2021. Why is it called? Why is my character called Blue Skies? I don't fucking remember that. Also, I want to fuck with the files real quick. Yes, I'll quit. In this mod showcase, we will fuck with the game code. So, oh no, not that. There you go. Properties, fucking installed files, browse. I think there's a... Fuck, what's her name? Monica, there you go. If we delete Monica, I think we'll get a creepy Sayori moment, right? Or is the game just gonna scare us right off the bat, because I'm spooked. Oh yeah, I remember this. Yep, there you go. The game shuts itself. I don't know. I don't remember what happens if you launch it again. I don't know if it's gonna get creepy. Oh, yep, there you go. There you go. Very cool. Very cool. Well, okay, now back to the fucking class after I sleep. Alright. I am back. Fuck, what did I do before? I think it was advanced images, right? I'm gonna have to look. Okay, so definitely advanced images and matrix colors were the last topic that we covered. So, we're gonna do transforms. By this point, you should know how to define and place images. So let's look at actually manipulating images live. To keep things simple, we will call what we are doing here animation, but another fitting name would be choreography. While you don't need transformations, not using them can make your game or mod feel very static and dull. And since this is such an important class, I decided to enlist some help. Is the Yakuza man? Oh yes, our favorite couple. Hell yeah, male human, female dino relations. Let's go. Thank you both for helping me out here. No problem, none at all. Nug. Let's just teach these dorks how to do whatever. Modding, right. Well, why don't you say hello to our dear students? Where are they anyway? Right there! How funny. After Jesus, she's crazy. Let's just play along until she lets us leave. So, where should we start? Good question. Why don't we start with something fun? Changing alpha. Woohoo. Every image has an alpha value between 1.0 and 0.0. 1.0 means the image is completely visible, while 0.0 means it's completely gone. You alter an image's alpha the same way you change its position. In fact, let's try it out. Wait, what? Skadoosh. Fucking skadoosh. Not the most complicated thing, but sure, it can help you do a lot of cool things, especially with self-made backgrounds on VFX, which we will look at later. What the fuck did he do to him? Jeez, you too? What's with everyone swearing today? Better... What? Better didn't do anything to him or swear to God I get my dad's gun. Hey, Fang, I'm still here? Anon, where are you? Her face looks a bit more exaggerated. Still where you last stood, silly. I just changed the alpha value to a 0. See? Sure, can you make him visible again now? Sure can do. Sorry, forgot to ease in this time. Speaking ease in, you good? I just had an out-of-body experience, so not really. You are probably wondering how to make things like movement happen over time instead of suddenly. No. Sure do. In RenP, we use something called ATL, or Animation and Transformation Language for animation, setting positions, and so on. If you took a look at POS and Anchor before this, then you already saw it in action. We use ATL when we create, move, or manipulate images, or create our own transformations that can be used anywhere. Anywhere, everywhere, well, little tip. If you want to use transformations everywhere, try offset instead of POS. How do you move stuff around anyway? Good question. Let's take a look at the two most commonly used methods. Linear, which is a linear movement over time. And easings, movements that change in speed and surround certain parts of its movements. Ease in, for example, starts slow and ends fast. Ease out is the reverse. One thing to realize about transformations is that there are many functions, like ease, that are necessary to make it work. Wow, okay. What a transformation. Thingy thing, whatever. Ooh, another link. Oh, there's two links? Okay. But there are tons of different easing in RenP. If you want to take a look at some of them and how they work, here are a bunch of helpful links. There's link 1. Of course, it's taking its time. Okay. Oh, right. Hello? Okay, now it's loading. I see the loading symbol on that. Are we going to actually the RenP site itself? It's probably gonna take some time though. I'll just open up the second link, why not? Oh god. I need to eat. Doesn't even look like the fucking thing loaded in. Alright. Once you get some experience with transforms, you can do some pretty cool tricks. Like what? And dance! This is what you were doing instead of hanging out with me? I know it can look a little dumb, but that's because she's doing it for now. For no reason. Okay, fucking remove the W there, please. Usually you want to mimic movement. Anon? It's still Anon talking, okay. Usually you want to mimic movement that a still image can't display, in which is described through dialogue. So it usually doesn't look this dumb. No. You done soon? I just had the best idea. Standing still? Nope. Why don't you guys do the next few segments? Well, you're the teacher. Why don't you do it? It's on repeat, so I can't stop. Besides, I have zero doubt you guys can't do it. I can see the nubs for legs too. I have no clue about any of this. Why did I even have to show up? Because I know deep down that you will one day be an amazing teacher yourself. Ending 4 confirmed. Wow. Thanks. No problem. Just keep the ball rolling and I find a way to stop this bouncing. Hold up. Can't you just use a different transformation to stop? Sayonara, Snooters. Wow. Let's just get this over with. Where do we start? Here now it says Matrix Colors. We did that last time. Didn't she already talk about it? Well, yes, but redundancy is key to teaching. Chinese propaganda. Sure. So, if you want to manipulate colors and stuff, you, use a matrix color. Yeah. And you can do that with Ethan. Yep. You lied to me. This is lame. Oh, wait, shit. I hear someone. Alright. Let's get back to this. Oh, yeah, well, don't mind if I do this then. Oh, squawk! Yes, now you're really a monochromatic weirdo. What? Heh. Actually, that's called grayscale. Actually. Thanks. Huh? Huh? What? That's odd. Did he change your language settings? No, I just changed the colors. Maybe there are some dependencies I didn't know of. Try the usual. I'm not gonna hit my girlfriend with a stick. No, silly. The other one. Right, I like how beating your girl... Nice. I like how beating your girlfriend is the fucking first thing you thought of. And this rolls up. Funny. Better? Yeah, never do this again. Remember, kids? Never change your significant other's saturation without consent. Saturation with a random capitalization. What's next on the list? It says crop. What's that? You used to crop in... Gotta take this. Who is it? Hey, Fang, can I talk to you? Can I talk to you for a minute? Funny. Cannot wait. Me and Anon are really busy right now. Right, the concert. Actually, we're teaching somebody how to mod. Explain, monkey. It's programming. What, Fang? Didn't you know that programming is a very unstable profession? Just this month, companies all around America cut over 5,000 jobs alone. Should have coded better. I swear, Anon. I'm sure you love to be a little code monkey, but can you stop dragging Fang into these future lists? Who? Oh, just because I care about my friends. Ask. Please, do something. It's not responding. Not this again. Hey kids, why don't we calm down first? Trigger not being able to understand, let alone use technology is not my problem. So get bent, Trish. Leaf muncher. How about I teach you how to kick your own stupid caveman head in? How about it, Skinny? I'm warning you, Trish. Be reasonable, or I have to take drastic measures. Like what? Watch rom-coms alone in your dingy shithole of an apartment? Oh no. No fucking way! Still think I'm joking around? Are we gonna do a Doki Doki thing? Wait, which one is that? The one where you become my depressed trap. Just say ending 3, okay? We jumped. Wait. What the fuck happened here? Oh! I forgot Trish was not in the fucking background when or was not in the mix when it comes to ending 3. Wow. I hate that one. So what will it be? Trigger? Call out bluff. You both know you don't have the balls, gorilla dick. Alright, don't tell me I didn't warn you. Good ending my ass. It is the best ending. Later at the hovel of a home. Almost finished. Named Lucy. I wish I could get some help for the other periods. This took way too long. Fuck, man. Trish keeps staring at me during class expecting me to talk to her. Gotta avoid Reed and Stella now because they're always around her too. It's agonizing. Keep having these dreams where she mans up and I'm forced to talk to her again. They feel more like nightmares now. I was just too busy to help with the exercise, I mean. But I hope the camping trip will be fun. Camping trip? Oh, is this like the... Wait, camping trip? I thought there was a mod about that, but I think I'm thinking of Wani. I don't fucking know, dude. Well, it's done. All of it. Thanks, Anon. You're a pretty cool guy. Hell yeah. No problem. I just like helping you, I guess. And without asking for anything in return. You're so good to me. We got feet. We got feet. Thanks, Lucy. Is there nothing you really want from me? You mean repay? I don't know. Things are too good now, though. More naps? Or perhaps hugs? Hand holding? I'm sweating profusely. Or maybe a kiss? Kiss? With that huge snoot? Why? Are you afraid? Have you never kissed a dinosaur before? No? Not even a human girl? So I'm your first. That's exciting. It's so weird. I don't know how I'm feeling right now. Don't you feel weird too? I've kissed shorter snouts. Yours can't be that different. Look, Anon, if it doesn't work out, it won't change anything, right? Promise? Of course I promise. Get over here, you fucking pussy. Oh, okay. I won't bite, even though I've never had a human before. Okay, here it goes. Well, that's just okay. That's just the lips. Why were you getting the fucking awkward make-out session here? What are you doing? Mouth hinges way back. I have to hang my jaw. Don't do that. It's stupid. Wait, you open wide now. It's even sillier. Oh God, how long is your tongue? I think I almost threw up. Oh God, I think I reached your tonsils. That's crazy. Shit, I was about to say, she's reaching to you, dude. You can't be sorry about that. No, it's fine. Let me think. Let's try the other one again. Okay. Don't open as wide. Wait. Tilt to the side like this. Yeah, this is my punishment for fucking calling out the bluff of Trish. I don't know. I'll probably never get the hang of this. Really? I think it was nice. Wait, seriously? Yeah, you're not a bad kisser. Bullshit. Seriously here. Don't be shy now. Lucy. We really are going through this whole shit. See? Getting better. You can feel your heart beating. It's so loud. Yeah, same. It's been a few weeks since I asked Lucy out to prom. Gotta say, things are looking up for me right now. Lucia is really taken to helping Rosa with the school gardens. Rosa doesn't force me to help anymore, but I still frequently lend a hand. Just earlier today, Lucia and I were planting some hydrangeas that were set to bloom in just a few weeks. And now I'm setting up a pair of tents. Hold up. I have to see. Where the fuck does this go? Wait! No! No way. Hold up. Hold up, what? Don't know her that well? Wait. which is just set in the main game in general. I'm just waiting for a Fooly Cooly to pop up somewhere, but look, damn. Oh my god. Oh, hey, there you go. You got some crazy stuff here. Bro, what the fuck? Wait, hold up. Made some valuable. What the fuck even is this now? It really is the. It's just a Snoot game now. But for some reason we went to the third ending, the camping trip, and now we're near the what, the second day of the beginning. Like seriously, what the fuck is this shit? Media done. I like how we've went from fucking deviating, I guess, from the mod to basically the third end, and now we're in the second day of the beginning. I know I said that shit basically, but damn, that's actually fucking crazy. Let me see if there's Fooly Cooly that'll unironically pop up near the end, but I highly doubt it. Alright, as you can see, I actually got ending 4 instead of ending 3, because I don't fucking know. Also, I noticed that older Trish's lips is a bit more pronounced. At least her lips are, well, yeah, like I said, her lips. It's like before, I remember just seeing her mouth, like, just a line. Not really her lips, you know? But it looks a little bit more pronounced. I can see it at least. I don't remember seeing it before. We're near the end of the game. Let's see what happens. If anything happens with the mod. If Fooly Cooly would pop out. Oh, we're close. Come on. Goodbye, Volcano High. Bye-bye. Will Fooly Cooly come out? I don't think so. There's no game. Oh, at least I get to see the fucking ending credits again. It's nice thing is, but damn, I literally just went through the whole story for nothing. The final bonus chapter. There's another one? Gutter Lane. Wait. No, this was always here. Well, like, I guess we're back to transformations again. Oh my god. Ignore. Okay, we're gonna back down this time. Oh shit. Alright, it's not canon anyway. Oh. Whatever, you win. I'll make it canon. The show tomorrow is still a go, right? Sure thing. The owner even said we get some free pizza if we get a big crowd. No, I guess we're... Moe's? Just talking about Moe's? Free food is free food. True. Anyway, I'll get out of your hair. Well, thanks, hair. Har har. Get out of here, underdeveloped little rascal, you. Fucking weirdos. You know, I think we really start to grow as people. I guess you do. How are we doing again? Right. Here we go. Cropping. Very epic. Should be good. Should we not explain this at least a little? Fine. Crop cuts out a frame from an image. It needs 4 values to work. The first and second value determine where the upper left corner of the cropped image. Second time fucking image is misspelled, dude. And cropped is only 1p. The third value gives the width of the frame, and the last one gives the height. Should be good now. You really are a natural. I know. Anyway, next up is parallel, repeat, and block. Alright, let's put this bitch into overdrive. Parallel is used when you want to have 2 things. Usually movements happen at the same time. Repeat is used to repeat everything before itself is even misspelled. God bless. Use it carefully with indentation. Block is used if you want only certain parts of a transform to repeat. If you want a repeat to stop, you simply replace the current transformation repeating itself with a new one. Like this. See? Who are you talking to, Anon? Alright, what's next? Whoa! Should we show some examples or something? Why? Because how are people supposed to know? Wow, suppose is misspelled too. How are people supposed to know how to apply any of this? By looking it up? Ugh. On the off chance that somebody sees this, the most important part of learning is self-discipline. No matter how much we show here, or how much we talk about it, you will only ever have a chance at learning something if you actually start doing it. So, after whatever this is, I want you to stop finding excuses to not work on whatever you want to do, and just start. God, I feel dizzy. Yeah, that's why I don't like going point of view. Bang. That was beautiful. I know I picked the right people for the job. No problem. But you can take over the last one. Will do. Hey kids, I hope you are still here because we're nearly done with transformations. By the by, there is an alternative to the wait statement for animations called pause. Just add a number after the pause statement and the game will pause until it is done. If indented, it will pause at that indentation? I don't even know if that's right. For animations and choreography. If you don't add a value, I'm sorry. If you don't add a value after pause, it pauses. Until the player clicks again. You probably saw a lot of them already, but if you have trouble properly aligning animations, then adding a pause can help. If you want to play a funny prank on the player and add a hard pause. A pause that cannot be skipped by typing this. Funny, yeah. 60 hours are gonna go with this? JK, okay. I got you good though, right? That is actually really annoying. Yeah, why would you ever want to put this into your mod? You probably saw pauses being used in animations already, so this should be a piece of pie. What? Or a piece of ren pie? Is that how you pronounce ren pie? Or pie? Renpie? Whatever. Oh my god. You dropped a Snoot snot concert for this. Oh god. Slipknot. It's Slipknot, you bird brain. And that's about it. Some of this might be a little bit hard to grasp at the start. Not really. But with training and trial and error, you can become a transform master in no time. Cool, cool, but can we transform out of here now? Sure thing. Thanks again for helping out old me on such a short notice. Uh-huh. Not like we have anything else going on anyway. Say hi to your mother for me, please, will you? Will do. It wasn't that... it wasn't that bad towards the end. But it's still gonna be the last time we're ever gonna do your mom a favor. Agreed. Young love is wonderful, isn't it? If you ever find yourself running into issues, be sure to check the wiki and especially certain game featuring a certain green baryonyx. Yeah. 4chan. Right. Do I want to do trans... What? Only 8 minutes, okay. Wow, I'm not in the frame, okay. I guess I'll fucking put it here. There you go. That's basically the middle of my screen now. Transitions. When switching between images, as for scenes or characters especially, you usually want to make the transition as smooth as possible. Changing images with no transition is not always bad. In fact, for choreography, ATL/transformations, we can avoid them to make the movement sharper and less ghostly. Rule of thumb, if the image stands still, then use transitions. If not, then don't. Unless the protagonist is a ghost or super fast, whatever works best for the situation and image in question. Basically, it's transitions into... The transitions that is the action that moves the scene from one image to the next. Different transitions have different effects. Time intervals and other features can give even just transitioning to another scene cinematic in a way. RMP comes with several transitions. One of them is dissolve, probably the most used one of the bunch. Nice. The dissolve. As the name implies, dissolves out of the old and into the new image. You probably saw scenes getting dissolved as well already. That was a normal dissolve. You see how that looked? If it doesn't fit the situation, then try and see if it looks better without. Dissolves can be done in two ways. Here we use dissolve with an uppercase D, so we can add a time value behind it. The dissolve is completely lowercase. Here it will use its default value of 0.25 seconds. Dissolves, but all dissolves and all but one other transitions pause the game while running. As an example, if you switch to a new scene, no new dialogue or animations will play until it's done. This can be helpful as it prevents players from progressing too fast before something could finish loading. It can also be very restrictive and cause other issues. Like here, where the dialogue box will stay empty until it finishes the dissolve. It looks awkward and, let's be honest here, very silly. One very important thing of note, only one transition can run at once. If transitions would start overlapping, either one is chosen. This has the side benefit of being able to transition several images simultaneously. Simply put, the dissolve statement on a new line, right before the last show image statement. If you have a group of images with transitions, each line, they will be played after another. To keep the benefit of dissolves without pausing the game, we can use dict transitions. Properly explaining dict translations might be a little bit too much for this class. But let's just say for now that they can affect one layer and that they do not pause the game. Got a chunky boy over here. This big fellow here was made for a certain game using featuring a green baryonyx. A bit more complex than usual, yes? Let's see where this was from. Oh wait, no. I thought it was dialogue, never mind. In the first segment, they create their own transitions using the same technique used in creating your own transformations. In the second segment, they do the same but with the arguments. Be mindful that they use Python code to define them here to make them more dynamic. In the third segment, they create a big appeal of translations, the non-delayed transitions. In this case, dissolves. If you're wondering what master stands for, that's the layer these transitions will affect. Chances are you will not need to bother with other layers for quite a while, so just know that this is how you can create your own transitions, which can be anything you want, as long as it can be properly implemented. Keep in mind, though, that sometimes you want to pause the game for a transition. Once again, there is never a one true solution to a problem. On a side note, remember the extend text feature? If you were to use normal dissolve inside one of the text box, if you were to use normal dissolve inside one of the text box, it would be weirdly empty for a moment. That's one hell of a run-on sentence. That's because it is technically transitioning, so the text is cleared. By using a dict dissolve, we can ignore that restriction and animate in between text segments. See what just happened? That was a fade transition. Transitions can have all sorts of styles to them, but usually the basic ones can do the job just fine. I encourage you all to experiment. There are some interesting things out there. By the way, fade works the same as dissolve, but using an uppercase F and values behind it. Oh my. You got a, what is that, a zoom transformation? Transition, whatever. You can give scene a more complex transition. Experimentation is key here. Got a Star Wars transition here. That wasn't really a fade wipe, but whatever. Star Wars to me. And yes, while not applied here, you can use dict transitions on fade as well. I did say before that there can be only one transition, which inadvertently means that objects coming in together will all be affected by the same transition. Well, I lied. If you want to avoid, for example, a character moving in and being affected by a present transition, you apply a none transition to him. They also have to be the first transition in the group, or otherwise it won't work. What the fuck is my frickin' class? I swear the moment I find the right frickin' keys, I will end you little brats. Language? Jeez, everybody's swearing like a fucking sailor nowadays. No. Right, V-Punch. If you want a simple transition that can shake the camera, just apply V-Punch to it. It works for text, but might have some issues if applied to other things. Over things? Always remember that you can always apply it on a new line as well. Just make sure to add some property sounds to it, otherwise it might feel a little silly. Hey, lady. If you want to talk crazy nonsense in there, I don't mind. You just give me the magazines on my desk. I'll need them for the next frickin' class. Not with a mouth like that. Yeah, whatever. I'll just use my other stash then. Some people. Right. There's also H-Punch. The same applies here as well. To end this segment, let's take a look at a more subtle way to improve transitions. By typing window auto hide, we tell the game to hide the text box. If you want to look any of this up, link, here you go. Oh yes, more Rempy stuff. Thank you, very cool. Notice how the text box disappeared earlier so that we don't have it stay empty for too long? While not necessarily the biggest change, It frees up more space for CGs, videos, or full backgrounds to be displayed properly. With this out of the way, you should be able to make smooth transitions like a pro. Okay, so now we have gradients and VFX. Let me just, I'll just do something real quick. I forgot to eat my chicken, basically. Alright, gradients and visual effects. Something of personal favorite as something as of a personal favorite as it can make. Wow, okay. Something a personal favorite as it can help make things more dramatic. This is what we call a simple visual effect, VFX. Unlike more complicated effects, these are easy. These are that easy to do and implement. Come on, man. All you have to do is open any drawing software and start drawing. After that, just implement them like any other image. Want to have a creepy shadow crawling on from the side? Create a black gradient over a transparent background. Want a flashlight? That's just a circle. Like this. Even more complex looking effects like rain and fog and rampy are all built from simple images. And yes, matrix color, alpha and other manipulators work as well. Alpha and color are especially important to add that extra flair. So if you're worried that your projects won't look fancy because you don't have animations, just improvise. Wow, that was a short segment. Okay, I guess we're going to code. Init and fun with Python. In RunP, there are a lot of things that need to be set up before the game starts properly. We will look at such examples later this class, but for now, take a look. It's in a book. In C, Init Python. Everyone loves Python, don't they? Learn to code. Actually, that's the name of this mod. Wow. Ugh. To define something at initialization, you just put it in the proper indentation. Styles for UI, classes, and new audio channels, among other things, can and should be loaded this way. You can also add a number between init and Python to run them from the lowest to highest. For this, it is generally advised to only use the numbers -999 to 999 to avoid conflict with RunP's internal structure. Ahem. Anyway, this might feel a little advanced right now, but it's pretty simple and very important if you want to implement custom mechanics and features. Some of you might be wondering if we use simple Python statements to alter code at runtime. We sure do. The $ symbol is used to call such code statements. Another thing we will be looking at in the next few classes. Understanding code setup is essential if you ever want to make your own games in the future, since RunP relies a lot on expanding from the basics. That's cool. Flags and scores. Now we are getting to the interesting and adaptive part. While you can make your story linear, many times it adds a lot to a story to have meaningful and less meaningful choices in your game. The basis of a lot of choices are flags and their attached values. When giving a flag values, you can apply the default keyword. Unlike the defined statement, the default value can be freely changed, and while you technically don't need it, it usually breaks something if a value is declared without it. Here are a few examples of flag values. Well, if you know about the point system in these games, I think you can even bring it up in... You can definitely bring it up in Wani. I think you can also bring it up in Snoot. I think that's an example of flags, right? A string name that can be changed. A boolean, which either has true or false, like this, like the name. Very funny. And an int, which can be any not actually any, decimal number. If you ever start a new save, these are the values that will be attached to those flags. Now to actually change them, all you have to do is add a dollar symbol to signify it is Python code, and then change the value with whatever you value want, as long as that value is of the same type. In this example, our favorite terrorist sword gets some much needed support, increasing your score. It is that simple. Card guitar question. Yet it gives a lot of options to improve the replayability of your story. Adding minor changes to the dialogue depending on the score, adding pronouns to somebody's name, having a scene only play if you picked up something before, the choices are endless. If you're still confused, no worries. The next class is another very hands-on example for you. Holy shit, we're halfway through. Alright, I guess I'll do choices and flow of code. I'll get some... Actually, fuck it, I'll just pause and get some water real quick. I got my water. Can you actually see this? Yeah. Fuck it. All the way back here, I guess. I got my water. Very cool. Right. Choices and flow of code. Wait, no, wait. Did I already do that? No, I didn't. During setup, I showed this. In progressing the story, you use labels. The code will go from top to bottom until they hit the return. Once there is nothing to return to, the game will end. You could handle the entire story in one big file and only use labels for things like choices and branches, but this can get very disorienting very quickly. Now, I'll talk about branches and labels and all that, but I haven't actually explained how to get to them, have I? In Rempe, there are two common ways of moving through code: the jump and call function. The jump function jumps to the appointed label and ignores everything in its path. Once it's done with all the code in front of it, the game simply ends like normal. Jump is great if you want to travel to certain parts of the code more than once, or if you want certain choices to skip parts of the story. While we are here, let me quickly also mention the menu function. This should be self-explanatory considering that you just picked a class from a moment ago and will return to it once this one is done. The text is the clickable part of the choice menu, and everything below that is indented. It's the code that will run if the choice is picked. Be mindful of forgetting or misusing a jump to ensure your story goes the right direction. We set it up so that every time a class session concludes, it goes back to a choice menu, but like this one here. The call functions is seemingly similar. It jumps to a label and finishes all its code inside of said label. Instead of continuing, however, it goes back to where the first call statement came from. Call is usually used if there is a red thread to follow. You can still jump around, but once everything is done, it will always remember to go back to where it was called from. There are ways to control the call a lot more, but that is, for now, beyond this class. The last thing we're going to look at are conditions. If you ever look at if statements, then this should already make sense. Basically, I think fucking what's his name, Gandev, is going to be very familiar with this. Here, I'm checking if you already have developer mode enabled. Depending on the and swear, different dialogue will play. The most common use of conditions are flags of events, or, of course, score systems for endings. Like for one, Snoot, Doki Doki, the Fate's Day Night visual novel, and the other visual novels in general. Here's a little extra, the entire setup for this condition. If you are still confused, no worries. The other classes will explain conditions, or rather flags, more detail. Alright. I mean, we just went to the flags before. Sounds and music. Video games, especially visual novels, use music, ambiance, and sounds to help set up an atmosphere to help the player really get into the story. For this, Rumpy has set up 3 sound channels: music, sound, and voice. VAs are a little hard to come by, so let's focus on the other 2 instead. Unless you want to become the VA instead. For everything. If you ever played a game before though, then you probably know that 1 channel for music and sounds is usually not enough. To have another example, music and ambience play at the same time. We need to create another channel. First, make sure that it's in a Python block, since you are setting something up that should be there before the game starts proper. Then give the new channel a name, which is sound 1 in this example. After this, we set the mixer to SFX, which makes setting up the volume through the options menu. Other default mixers are either music or voice, corresponding to the default channels. False here is a shorthand for loop equals false. It's the 3rd value of the function, so only giving the value is okay here. It just makes sure that by default sounds that play through this channel will not loop on their own. And last but not least, byte equals true. Since it is not the forced value, the full name has to be given. This one just makes sure that if the sound does loop, that it will keep looping even if it fades out. Of course, there are a lot more options like with a lot of other functions. Just hover over them to see what else can be done. A little bit of advice. These are the channels Caveman set up. Very cool, okay. The play function plays whatever audio you want. All you have to give is the channel and the name, which you can define just like an image. You can also provide a fade in, which makes the sound come in slowly, and a volume which is how loud the sound should be. Keep in mind that changing the volume later will be multiplicative, so setting it to 0 at the start is not going to be that helpful. Also, there is the keyword loop, which loops whatever sound is playing here until it is told to stop. Handy if you want to have more control over what music, for example, should loop and which should not. Additionally, there are also the stop function, which stops the track with an optional fade out, and cue, an optional fade out, which, as the name implies, cues another sound or even non-looping track after this one. Now, regarding their definitions. The slap you just heard was an asset from our own folder, and the one from the original game, both defined differently. If you make your own game, the second one is how you usually call any sound assets. Since mods are outside of the auto-definer's range, they have to be either defined like the images before, or called like the first line. Did you hear it? I just turned the music down a little so we can focus on the next part. No, you just made it fade, actually. Oh wait, no, it's back. It's like with flags before. When changing things through Python, you add an S, or a $sign at the start. The first number changes the volume multiplicative to the original setting when the music started to play. The second value, just like fade in, fades the new volume in to keep things smoother. The third value determines what channel is affected. Keep in mind to change the volume back to 1.0 when you're done. Otherwise, you might be wondering later why it's so quiet. Anyway, let me fix the music now. Scary, huh? Keep delays and fade in / shout in mind to make sound and music more organic. Unless, of course, this is what kids like these days. Advanced stuff. Oh, hell yeah. Alright. I think I'll do one class of Section 4 and then I'll do it for tomorrow, because I work from 9 AM to 4:30 PM tomorrow. Yeah, okay. Advanced stuff. Let's do just sprite rotations. While moving around can be pretty fun, sometimes you might want to also rotate around. You should probably look at the transform section before continuing. I already did that. Objects thrown in an arc, a clumsy thief falling over, and even a dashing hero hanging from a vine all require a rotation. To be more precise, a rotation around the z-axis. You do know what the z-axis is, right? We're going 3D for this one. I just say I dropped out, though. Sorry to hear about that. Anyways, to demonstrate, I would like to introduce an old friend of mine, Mr. Cup. Hell yeah. Okay. Even the Cup had dialogue, even if it was silent. To properly rotate an image, you need to be aware of the proper syntax. Without much work, the sprite can be rotated around itself like this. Keep in mind though, it rotates to and not by 360 degrees. So using this line again would cause the sprite to stand still. However, no matter where you place the actual anchor, it will always rotate from the middle of the sprite. The anchor just moves them to that space. To fix this, we already have the transform anchor set to transform. Or set to true, sorry. But it will rotate around the next set of Y anchor. The other pretty obvious point is that the sprite jumped downwards during the rotation. That's because it moves to the middle of the sprite's position for rotations. We don't know why actually, but there is an easy solution. Let's just clean this up for now. Setting all position values back to their origin in the transform _ anchor to false resets the rotation. The rotate needs the value none instead of 0 for this to work. Oh yeah. Oh. To properly rotate sprites around anchors other than 0.5, you have to add an offset that is equal to half the sprite's height. The cup is 160 pixels high, so by adding an 80 and -80, you can push the cup back to the right position. Let's keep this fella going for now. While sometimes a little unpredictable, rotating can add a lot of energy to scenes as long as you keep your offset and anchor points positions in mind. Also, if you see some jittery movements, just put subpixel true before the rotation and it should smooth things out. Wow, that wasn't that bad. I guess we'll go for cameras. Oh boy. I guess it's time to talk about the camera. Whenever you want to pan, zoom, or move the screen around the camera needs to be moved. It can be a bit finicky, but if done right, it can help make your project more cinematic. Focusing the camera like this makes the reader feel closer to the protag, while this would make them feel a bit more distant. But make sure you have enough space to zoom out. Obviously, you can also move the camera around and such the same way as sprites in Despite how wimpy it looks, it does have slight 3D capabilities. This is the code for the first camera movement. Zoom the camera into 1.5 of its original value while also moving it to 500 pixels to the left and 150 pixels up. Now, if you have paid attention, then you would be wondering why positive numbers go left and up when it should be the opposite. This is where perspective true comes in. To keep it simple, it aligns itself to the window so things like offset and expo are inverted. It might be complicated at first, but I'm sure you'll be behind it in no time. One last bit regarding cameras. As you can see, you can do more with your camera than just move it about. Many effects that you can use on images can also affect the camera itself. Just make sure to clean up after yourself. Once you are done, reset the camera back to its original point and on a new line type camera to truly reset the camera. Remember, there are a lot more features, especially regarding 3D, but depending on the scope of your project, it might not be necessary. Oh, okay. This isn't too long. Chapter 2 is literally the longest. I had the longest classes by far. Okay, we'll do connect text. Why not? I'll have you look at that. Connect text is a very fun feature which gives you more bang for the buck. It can make your text bounce. Ooh, look at me, nigga. Oh my god. Makes you scared. Ooh, the Chinese are attacking. Make you spin. Like you're in a fucking crash. Like a Richard Hammond, basically. And fade in. Ooh. Our scream's really loud. Okay. There are a lot more that can create all sorts of interesting results. Just keep in mind to have open and closed brackets like normal tags. In general, they function the same, so they are usually pretty easy to use. All you have to do is download their RunP files and put them into your own project. My bit of advice? Try them out. They're free for use and super fun. Ooh. In fact, let me help you with that. Oh. Wow, I was forced into this, but okay. So how many tags do we have? Okay, no, that. So, oh god, I'll just point the camera up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we got 8 websites open right now. At least from this mod. There you go, just download the example project and have fun learning. Oh! And of course, you can set up your own text tags as well. Using the ATL principle from before, we can set up a transform form that can affect text. Remember me screaming like a banshee a moment ago? And you hear screaming. Experiment and see what you can do. Just keep in mind not to overdo it with the effects and make it unreadable. Oh, that's literally it. That is all the sections of this mod. Hopefully in the future this doesn't get too obsolete. I mean, I don't know how this can compare to like I think there was a Snoot mod tutorial like way back in what, 2020? Let me see. Tutorial Minecraft. That's installing. I swear there was a... Oh. There you go. Oh, it's from... Oh no, it's from like a year or so ago. Probably like 2023. I don't know how should I say it? Fucking, how much this compares to this. I don't know if there's that much change. Let's ignore the teaching method. If you learn something from here or even here, I hope it's not too different, I'll just say. But if it is, then damn. That's all I can say. I'm not good at coding, so whatever. Let's finish the class to end it off. I think you'll get some, what's it called? Inspiring words from Fooly Cooly here too. Alright, that should cover the basics. Of course, there are a lot of other things you can do as well. Always try to learn new things. You'll be surprised how much can be done in Ren'Py. Playing videos, map exploration, and inventory systems, the possibilities are endless. Inventory systems. I don't think many games really use that. Many Ren'Py games use it. Thank you all for joining me today. If you have any questions, don't be afraid to ask your modding colleagues. They might just have the answer you were looking for. Don't forget to check out the code for this mod as well. That's it for today. Be cool and stay in school. Now before I go, I want you all to always remember something important. Working on anything worthwhile takes a lot of hard work. There will be days where you don't know what to do and you will feel like just tossing it all into the bin would be the better option. But if you start with passion and maintain with self-discipline, then I'm sure you can create something great. Yes, creation is hard, but by the end of the day, it can also be one of the most fulfilling aspects in life. Phew, I'm spent. Time to make my smooth exit. Bye bye, Johnny. Tired Snooty. Okay, bye. Alright, so that was the mod. Learn to code. Very cool. I really like that. Maybe not the most comprehensive learning material, but it is a nice place to dip your toes in for modding in general, or even just digging around in Ren'Py. So, yeah. Pretty nice. I like the bits. It's kind of crazy how one choice in the crops section, like in the 3rd chapter or so, literally led me to going back to the main game, which was funny as fuck, but okay. Also, there's 60 straight hours that I downloaded too. It's literally, as it says, 60 straight hours of hand-holding. It features Fooly Cooly as well, but yeah. If you just skip it, use the skip function, and stop at the right moments, you can see all that there is. But I'm gonna end it off here. So, that being said, y'all, I had a pretty nice time had a pretty nice time learning. So, I'm pretty sure y'all know I have a pet jumping spider now. Oh wait. You might see it? There you go. There you go. There it is. You can see it. It's always been there, but heyo. It just consumed its worm, its mealworm, which is that little large speck that you saw near its body, or near the spider. So, yeah, I think it's doing fine for now. Anyways, I had fun with the mod. Big thanks to, or not, I guess thanks, yeah. To Who, Blackie, Boss, Plank Anon, and Yakuza Anon for the art. And yeah. I'm gonna see what I'll do next. Because, man, I'm running low on Snoot mods now, friends. If I run out, I might go to Doki Doki again. Like, mods or something else. Anyways, truly I'm ending it off here. Thank you all for watching. Leave a like for this episode, and I shall see you in whatever episode you watch next channel, man. Peace out. Where's the R?
you.